Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while since I last live streams. Thank you for joining. So we're gonna do a simulation on GJ over here. Let me know if you guys can hear me well and everything, because I'm pretty new to this streaming. But we're gonna do a new simulation on GJ. We'll keep it very simple. It's not gonna be anything special. So let's get started. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? So I was thinking I'm gonna do the same week that we're going into, but last year, right? So I'm gonna do the third week of April, and that will be here, okay? So we're sort of heading into the 15th, and we're gonna be doing the 9th to the 23rd, okay? So yeah, it should be pretty simple. Let me just set the time here. Where is -5 EST? So there we go. Okay. I'm just going to change the spread to fixed because the spread is a bit ridiculous on this sim, and then we should be good to go. You used to watch my break and retest, and now you're giving live trading to your private community using break and retest. Well, there you go. That is good businessmanship. I applaud you, but I'm glad that's working. Yeah, I'm glad that's working. It was a really good strategy, and technically right now I'm still trading the exact same. It's just lower time frames, and it's a bit more price action versus just sort of waiting for a break and retest. So yeah, I just have to set up all the time frames and everything, but then we should be good to go. I'm glad you like the break and retest, man. I'm glad you like it. Glad you found some value from that. That was my first ever real strategy. But I mean, as I progress, you start to realize that it's all sort of the exact same, right? It's all sort of the exact same. Where are we at here? This thing's glitching out a bit. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Okay, I believe we are good to go now. So I don't know why it still has some older drawings on it, but anyway, so 9th of April 2023, right? You're using only price action and market structure. Yeah, that's the way to go, especially like we're seeing now where global events are pushing, sort of going to be pushing volatility. Like we had the Iran attack. It'll really push volatility in the markets, and when that happens, price action is really good. Like, oh, you're kidding. All right, guys, we're gonna have to restart here. I'm really sorry. It just sort of glitched out, but yeah, sorry about that. Does the news about Israel war affect Forex? Yeah, it does. I mean, it obviously has some implications, but ultimately it will just increase volatility, right? It'll just increase volatility, and you'll get a lot more sort of volume day by day as markets are reacting to the news that's coming out. And generally, from my testing, that's usually good, right? It means that there's more volume, price reacts better to zones, and you get cleaner moves in general. But it is also harder because you have higher stops, and if you get it wrong, you get it wrong big. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. That's a bit annoying. But you know, this soft Forex is really old, so we just have to bear with it. It is a really old software. But it's really good. I think it's one of the best investments I've made into my trading. What is happening here? Sorry about this, guys. I didn't expect it to wig out this much. I'll be with you guys in a second. I just need to set this up. Maybe it's the pressure of the live stream and I'm just doing things I don't usually do, but we're almost good to go. But like I said, this is an old software, so it's got a lot of glitches. I'm running it through my MacBook onto a Windows copier, and then we're going to use it like that because it doesn't support it on Mac. Morning everyone. Glad you guys could make it. This will be a lot of value because you know, reviewing trades, when I post videos of me just reviewing trades, it's good to see, but I think when I backtest live, you guys can ask me questions and you'll sort of see how I think about things, how I go about it all right? But I think it'll be a good session. Been backtesting well, trading well. It's been going good. So let's see if we can get a good backtesting session in here. Okay. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30. Okay, we should be good to go here. Hopefully this is the last time. Almost there. Morning everyone. Thanks for joining. Almost there. It is a bit of a process to get this set up. But we should be just about ready. So for those of you guys that are joining now, we're backtesting or simulating the same week that we're technically going into, but in 2023. So you can see up here, 5th of April. Oh no, the date's completely wrong. Anyway, I'm just going to go with it. So we're doing 5th of August 2021, which will be interesting. But who cares? I don't know why it's acting so weird. Okay. It changed your life? Well, I'm sure you put in the work, bro. You know, all these people online that do trading, we just give sort of our lessons. It's still you know? Okay. But I'm glad to hear that. So we just set up news here. Okay, so we got GBP and Japanese yen and then US dollar news, high impact. And the news will look like this. And I'm just going to have it on the 15 minute. So you can see here, it'll be like a dashed line. If we look at news, you can see it'll be either USD, Japanese yen, or British pound news. Okay, we'll get our sessions up. And we're going to be trading from pre-London, so about 1:30 EST, right about here. So an hour and a half before London Open, which is just green bar here. And then I will trade this 3 to 4, which will be London Open. And usually in a normal day, I would sort of take a break in these 2 hours here, where I would just set alerts, because I mean, I'm not going to sit at the charts, you know, all day. And then in a normal day, I'd come back around 7 EST, which is pre-New York. I'd trade 8 to 9, which is NY Open, and then sometimes NYSE, which is 9 to 10. Okay, so pretty much this entire section we're going to be trading here. Are you doing backtesting or live trades? Backtesting, right? Because markets are closed, so can't do live trades. Okay. let's get going. So you can see up here we have the time. So it's 12 a.m. Eastern, so about an hour and a half before we start trading. So we're going to start on the daily, and we're going to see that the daily is sort of in a range here, right? We have some resistance up here, some support down here. This daily, yeah, so that's a new daily open. So we have some new resistance down here which we can use. In terms of what we're looking at here, obviously it's tough to trade in this range. So if we go down to the 4 hour, we're not going to be too aggressive here. We more want to see where price is going, where it's giving us direction. Okay, buys, if we look at this, buys do make sense above this level to fill this 4 hour range, and below here we can start looking at sells, keeping in mind that the previous daily closed bullish, previous 4 hour closed bearish. Okay, so it's a bit mixed at the moment where we're going. We just need to see some direction going. Okay, then we can start making decisions. So in terms of hourly, we have some hourly support down here. Hourly resistance sort of matches that 4 hour, and then we can see we have some clean range above that level over there. Okay, 30-minute, we're in a tight range, so we can sort of monitor. Below here, sells do make sense considering we're in a range, right? And daily's sort of in a range as well. So we can look at both sells or buys in this situation. Okay, we'll go down to the 15-minute last time frame, and then we can start looking. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward, and you guys can keep track of the time down here. Okay, let me just move this a little so you guys can see the time. Maybe put it down here. Okay, that's better. Now you guys can see the time just up here. Okay, let's go. Okay, so there's a breakout, still very early, so I just want to see sort of what price does here, right? Okay, this is interesting. So now, if we keep in mind the previous 4 hour closed bearish, right? Now we've created a top wick and we're coming down. If we look at the daily, we're sort of rejecting these levels which we've rejected in the past as well. We have clean range for the daily to drive down to the bottom here. Let me just mark this 4 hour level down here. It's a bit of a gap up, so we need to be careful. Price can fill this gap. Hourly, we can see we've closed below previous support, so we're good there. We've created a nice sort of pullback, continuation down. 30-minute, we got clean range at least down to these levels down here, where we can think about managing risk. And then 15-minute, we did close below all sort of previous support as well. So this is a nice setup. Let's just see stops. Oh, very small ranges here. Very small ranges. Very small ranges. I didn't think that this range would be so small. So we can look, we can push potentially down to these levels. So let's see how price reacts here. So this is the good thing about a sim, sort of you get the live playback. This doesn't break the low, not interested. Okay, it doesn't look like it, right? So didn't break the low, that's absolutely fine, we just wait. Okay, this is not bad. I don't like how small these ranges are. Like that's 3 pips, which is crazy. I just think this daily, yeah, we need to just wait for this daily to break above these previous 4 hour levels, because these ranges are super tight, right? Super tight. We can try trade up to here. That's 3 pips. Pretty interesting how small these ranges are. So let's just skip forward. Doesn't look like London's going to give us much here. Yeah, so we're just ranging, right? Hopefully this isn't like a terrible week where we just do nothing. Okay, let's see here. Now we have a new breakout. We have some 15 levels down here. Jeez, 1 pip away. I mean, sells do make sense here. I'm just a bit scared of this volume. Volume is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. But yeah, it's similar trade as this breakout over here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how small these stops are. So let's see. No top wick. No top wick. So we need this to create a top wick and then flip again. Nope. So you can see this is where like a lot of traders are just going to get caught out. Terrible price action, small ranges. It's just terrible, right? There we go. There's some movement. Okay, let's just wait. Jeez, this is horrific. Absolutely horrific PA here. Yeah, honestly, that's the day done. You cannot do much of that. Right, if we look back at this day, there's really not much you can do. Maybe a fake out option over here, but that's not much you can do with that, right? Okay, so let's go to the next day. You can see we literally closed doji, right? And if you're caught trading in these ranges, you're going to get smacked. You just need to learn to let them go. And now we can fast forward to the next day, and we have brand new opportunity. Daily closing bullish above previous resistance. Okay, so we have a nice breakout here. The next daily sort of range we need to look at is all the way up here. Okay, and that is a 60 pip range. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Nice PA. If we look at the 4 hour over here, we have some resistance at 153.9 and some more resistance up here. Okay, we can attack this zone and above this zone as well. Okay, if we look at the hourly, nice push. We should probably wait for a pullback before we start looking at anything. 30-minute, very similar, right? So we've had a big push pre-London. Now we need to see a bit of a pullback here. Okay, so let's see what price does here. Keep in mind, sells don't make sense here, right? Everything's bullish. Daily's bullish. 4 hours bullish. Sells don't really make sense here. Okay, so let's fast forward, see what price does here. Ooh, I don't mind this. How big is this? 2 pips. Right, so let's just wait. There we go. This is nice. Okay, so closure above pre-London. Let's see how we're looking on the 15. 15 close above. Close above. Ooh, this is nice. Okay, so we have a level here we can use as a sort of watch zone, and then big targets up there. Let me just look at this on the higher time frames. 30-minute, nice breakout, continuation, clean range on the 30, which should match up with these levels here. We just update that. Yeah, so that 15 level lines up nicely with that 4 hour, with that 15-minute, pardon me. Hourly's looking clean. Yeah, we got a nice opportunity here to push. We've closed above previous 4 hour. Daily looks good. I do like this. Okay, can we take a wick fill here? No, so we just got to wait for the break of the high. This is how GJ's been moving recently, actually. Very small sort of ranges. Okay, so break of this high, we're in, right? I'm just going to put a buy stop. Maybe just enter. I did sort of break the high. Okay, stops. I'm going to put stops below previous. We may as well go a bit below the previous structure, right? Because it's quite a small range. So let's go 18 pip stops. How much? 4 lot. And we're going to look to push above here. And this area was a 15-minute watch zone. So we can use that as sort of our area where we can manage risk at, okay? It is quite low volume here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing fake outs and sort of price not really respecting structure, because it's very low volume at the moment, right? Very low volume. So let's see what price does here. But yeah, it is quite low volume, so we need to be careful how we manage risk here. Speed this up a little. Right. Nice wick down. Let's see what price does. Okay, so we still closed above. Still closed above. I am a bit scared of this terrible volume, right? It's absolutely terrible volume. But this trade still makes sense. Let's see what price does here. Okay, I'm going to close full here. This doesn't make sense to me. Price is rejecting these levels. We can enter on the 30-minute breakout instead. So we're going to take the L there. And that's going to be minus 10 pips. Okay, that's absolutely fine. That's just low volume, right? Price broke above and we have such low volume at this stage. I don't know why the volume is so terribly low. Okay, so let's just keep going. This is nice. We can still take this on the flip of the 30-minute flip. So let's see what happens here. Otherwise, we just wait for a new breakout. There you go. Okay. I'm going to enter. Can we look at the 5-minute here? Okay, I'm going to re-enter here. Yeah, I'm going to re-enter here. And it's going to be a very similar position. And we're taking this based on the 30-minute flipping and going bullish. Okay. Okay, this is nice. So right now we're up 5 pips. We've pushed past the previous 15-minute levels. And we have clean range at least to sort of these levels here. Okay. So let's see if we can get a continuation. If price starts rejecting heavily here, I'm probably going to look at managing risk. Whoa. Okay, so we're coming back again here. I mean, the trade still makes sense. It's a shame that the volume is so low at this stage. Let's see how this 1 minute's looking. Okay, so if this 1 minute starts not rejecting this previous 15-minute level, we're going to close, okay? Jeez, that was quick. Okay, I'm going to close here. This is just terrible volume, right? Closed at minus 3 pips. Okay, so we're down 13 pips. This is just crappy volume, okay? So we can't do much about this. We just got to sort of let this sit. And hopefully volume comes back a little bit. So now we can see 4 hour is pushing below these levels. Daily's sort of coming down. We are still very bullish, okay? So I'm not gonna do anything here yet with sells. I don't like sells yet. Wow. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is just trading into a terrible range, so let's see. This is pretty tough markets at the moment. It's not very simple here, but I'm happy with how we manage risk. If we look over here, it's again, we're trading into some dirty ranges, right? Four hour, yeah, we're very bearish, right? I think honestly, if I took 2 losses in a day like today, I would just move to the next day, okay? Now we know that volume is quite low and we can go from there. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the next day. I don't feel comfortable taking these trades. And I'm happy just to go to the next day. But yeah, that's a shame to get that loss, because ultimately we got analysis right? It just sort of didn't give us what we wanted, okay? But now we have a nice daily closure below previous levels. We have clean range down to the bottom. If we look at the 4 hour, we have some nice resistance, pardon me, support down here. Big rejections on the 4 hour. If we go down to the hourly now, how's this range looking on the hourly? Not bad. Okay, so buys above here is tough, but it can make sense. Okay, we'll have to wait and see how price reacts. Okay, let's see what price does here. Closure above. I'm just going to wait for a pullback here. Yeah, there you go. 4 hour rejecting, daily very bearish. Yeah, I'm not going to, unless we get back above this 4 hour level, I'm not going to be looking at buys. Okay, I don't mind this. We have clean range. It is quite counter trend, but it does make sense, right? We've created structure, broken above yet again. We have clean range on the 15. Hourly, we're sort of rejecting these levels. 4 hour, huge rejections to the downside. And daily, we can look to create a top wick. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Oh, almost. Almost. Okay, doesn't look like it's gonna happen, right? Ooh, okay. This is still nice. Okay, we have what I call a head tail, where price rejects the previous level and still closes above. So let's see if we can break the high. There we go. Okay, break the high. Stops are going to be about 12 pips. And we're going to look to manage risk here, which was, what level was this? 15-minute level. Okay. Okay, so now I'm sort of at a level where if price starts rejecting, which is this level down here, we're going to look to manage risk, go break even. But ultimately, we're going to be targeting up here. We need to keep in mind that we're trading against the daily, right? We're trading against momentum here. So we can't get too greedy here. Okay. What I'm going to do here is go onto the 1 minute and see if we have any structure where we can aggressively trail stops at. Okay, because price is moving with volume. We still have quite a lot of time left. Let's just slow this down, right down. But yeah, if price doesn't push and starts rejecting this level, I'm gonna get out. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Okay, so right now, how much are we up? Profit loss in pips, 11 pips. Okay, so I'm probably just going to close full here and we're going to move on to the next trade. Right, we had a nice push. We got what we wanted. We're trading against previous daily. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. We're trading against previous daily and we got what we wanted. Okay, you could, if you really wanted to, keep trailing this, but I mean, we're trading against the daily, which I don't like. Yeah, there you go. So it pushed a bit more, but ultimately we got exactly what we wanted. Okay. Nice trade. Okay. Yeah, we're still down from that loss we took yesterday, which was a bit shitty because we got the analysis right. But let's go to the next session. So that's still very early. Okay, still very early. Let's see what price does here. So I think, yeah, this is sort of the liquidity grab to the top. You can see huge liquidity grab back to these levels, and now we're continuing down. Okay. We have clean range on the 4 hour, which is nice. All right, clean range all the way down to there. If we start closing below, I just don't like these wicks. Huge rejections, right? So let's see what price does here. Maybe we completely reject and continue up, but I doubt it. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a pullback here, because if we think about this, we're trading in the middle between London Open and pre-NY. We've already pushed now over 30 pips. Okay, so I want to wait for a pullback here before price continues again. And if it goes, right? Yeah, it's going. Big push. Don't FOMO in though. Don't FOMO in. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Interesting. Okay, so NY Open. Previous 4 hour closed very bullish. Daily, we're rejecting previous daily levels. You could, if you were very aggressive, look to sell this back down to catch the daily top wick. But yeah, with that previous bullish 4 hour close, closing above previous levels as well, it's very sort of low probability. So I'm not going to be taking that. But yeah, there you go. Pushes down, creates the daily bottom wick. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. How much range do we have to the bottom here? Only 3 pips, so probably not worth it. Yep. Okay, so that was another trade you could have taken, but you only had, how far did you have? 3 pips to manage down to that 15 level, right? You can expect volume to drive through, but all we were doing that day is creating that huge top wick, and that's all we wanted to catch. Okay, so that's our trading day done. We're on to Wednesday. We've recovered nicely from that loss. Let's go to the next day. Okay, so dailies continued, filled the wick. We have heaps of clean range on the daily. And closure below previous support. Nice rejection of this level. If we look at the 4 hour, nice sort of structure. This range is so dodgy. Look how much rejection there is happening here. So got to be very careful with how you trade this level. We have some 4 hour levels down here, but obviously bias is bullish. Okay, bias is obviously bullish. So we're looking more for sells than we are for buys. Some nice volume though. Okay. It is still before my trading time, so I'm going to let this one go. But yeah, you could have taken that. Nice closure below. Pushes down, continues. Pretty simple trade, that. Very simple trade, actually. No bottom wick closure, so we can't take that. Yeah, wow. Big push down. Just an absolute dump. We just need to wait for a pullback here. You can't FOMO in. Just got to be patient. Wait for a pullback. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. How big is this wick fill? 10 pip wick fill. If we look at stops, yeah, stops are too big. So let's just wait here. This is really important not to FOMO in here, right? You just got to be patient. This is some crazy moves now. Okay, so closure below on the 15. I believe we're like pushing. We're pushing very low here, very low. I don't even think we're gonna have data on the sim here, this far back. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so we can take this trade. We have a 30-minute breakout. Stops will be the only issue, but we can potentially use the 5-minute to get in here. 40 pip stops. If we look at the 15 minute, we can use previous 15 minute, but this is just a simple breakout continuation. Okay. I just want to see how the 5 minutes looking here. See if we have any structure we can use. But yeah, that was a huge dump on GJ, pardon me. Yeah, so we don't have any structure. So let's see how price reacts here. I want to see a nice top wick here. Okay, make this a bit faster. Okay, no top wick. Can't do shit about that. Okay, cannot do anything about that, right? We really can't. Let's see, we may have some 5 structure now. Yeah, we do. So let's see if 5 minute can close below here. No. So we're rejecting, right? And people are going to FOMO in here. No top wick. People are going to try to get in. You get 8 pips and then you get SL. Okay. Just got to be patient. There we go. There's a new breakout. Okay. It's always going to come. You're always going to get your new breakout. Okay. So now let's look at this. Stops. We're looking about 25 pips. Everything's very bearish, right? So we can't be scared to sell. We have no data on the sim. There may be noise to the left here, but it's not on the sim. Okay, so we just have to go with it here and manage risk accordingly. As soon as it breaks this low, if it breaks this low, okay, there we go. So now we're looking about 26 pip stops, which is quite big. But I expect this to drive down. These are always hard when you don't have anything to the left to use as your TP. So what I do is I just use volume, right? See how volume's reacting. If volume's low, we need to manage risk. If it's pushing, we can be sort of better with it. Let it run a bit. Speed this up a little. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I'm going to go back because that just glitched out. Okay, we would have had the W there. I'm sure you guys can understand that, right? I'm sure you guys can understand that. That just completely glitched out, right? Completely. I'm going to close full here. That sucks that happened. What happened was I accidentally pushed this too far forward. So when I clicked play, it just skipped like 10 candles in a row. But I mean, you guys saw that. I'm not cheating. We're going to close full here. We probably would have gotten a little bit more from this because it pushed 25 pips. But I'm going to close full. And I want to break down how I would have actually managed this if it didn't glitch out on us like that. And I'm going to use the 1 minute to show you guys that. Okay, so here was our entry. 0 drawdown, nice push. This candle pushed very heavily. So what can we see from that? We have nothing to the left, high volume. There's no reason to close yet. Okay, next 1 minute, creates a little top wick, pushes down even further. Okay, so I probably would have actually gotten out here. Not going to lie, maybe down here, who knows. But first thing is 1 minute creates structure. At that stage, I would use this to trail my stop aggressively on the 1 minute. So I'd put stops above here. If price continues, it continues. If it doesn't, I'd get out above here. Okay, and that's how I manage risk when there's nothing to the left you can use as your TP. Okay, but yeah, that was a shame that it sort of skipped forward so many candles. But I mean, it's what you get when you use really old software. So nice trade, just simple, sort of waited all day. You can see here, this day pushed 130 pips before we got into our trade. Okay, and there may have been opportunities to get in before, but point is, you're gonna get your trade, right? You're gonna get your trade. As long as you can wait for the right opportunity, you're gonna get your trade. We didn't FOMO in when price was pushing down, because price is gonna grab liquidity and you're gonna get smacked, right? So you just have to be patient and let go of sort of that FOMO of trying to get in every single time. Okay, that was a nice day though. Glad to get that win. Okay, so we're looking at about one trade a day here. We had that stupid loss up here, and then good win and good win. Okay, so let's go to the next day. It's Friday, so probably last day. I also almost need to go. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about the trades, how I managed them, feel free to send it in. Okay, so if we look here, daily has closed below previous support. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is big bearish momentum. We can look to flip. We can look to attack this wick. Okay, there's a good chance price is going to. There's a good chance price is. Oh, my mouse died. Okay, that sucks. There's a good chance price is going to come down and fill this wick. Okay, but we also need to think about it's likely going to create a top wick as well. Okay, so let's see here, 4 hour. This sucks that I'm using my trackpad now. Yeah, it really sucks. Okay, so hourly we have some nice resistance above here where we can look to ride that top wick of the daily. Okay, lines up sort of with the 30 as well, which I'm just going to put in this level down here. And we are going to go from there. Okay. $15-minute, how's 15 looking? Yeah, so it's that same level. We can look to fill up to that level up there. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna wait here because it's still before my trading time, right? But I expect a nice pullback and then a continuation here. Okay, let's see here. How much range is this? Not quite big enough. 4 pips. Okay. So we're going to mark this level here. We can use the 5-minute here. Okay, this is when the 5 minutes good. When you're closed really close to a previous level, but you just haven't broken above the level you need to be careful of. Okay, and that's this 15 level there. So you can see that big rejection there. Yep. Okay, so we really need to be careful of that 15-minute level right there. Let me just change this back to 15-minute. Ooh, this is nice. This is very nice. Okay, so nice breakout. 30-minute, nice pullback. Hourly, how are we looking? 4 hour. Yeah, so 4 hours very bullish. Even though previous daily closed bearish, I suspect we're making a top wick here. Okay, and we have heaps of clean range. Okay, so we can definitely attack this. I just want to see how big this wick is. Okay, so we're looking at break of high here. Whoop, slow this down a bit. It is against overall trend, but 4 hour has enough momentum here for me to believe we're going to push through and continue. I don't mind that this is pulling down. Even better if we can create structure and then break above that level again. Little bit more. Ugh. Very tight. Whoa. Okay, so we closed above. Did we close above? Yeah, we did. So this is looking juicy here for a continuation. If we can break these highs, another head tail entry where price rejects the previous level. But it has to break the high, otherwise it's not valid. Okay, nice. So this is nice. We're going to have 18 pip stops. And this is very simple, right? If you think about the lower time frame, all this is going to be price coming down to create support and then breaking that support. So if you look at the 5-minute, yeah, exactly that. Come down, create support, and then you break above that support. for extra confirmation. Okay, so let's see here. We have very clean range, so we can expect volume to continue the push here. I just want to see what the 5 minutes doing here. Okay. Ooh. Not the nicest close on the 5 minute. But we can manage risk here. Let's see how price sort of reacts to these levels. Okay. It's just a bit stuck at the moment. There we go. Hey. Okay. So we're struggling here. Okay, we're really struggling here. And we can't just ignore the fact that price is sort of rejecting levels here. There's nothing really to reject. So that's why I'm not too concerned. But if you look at the 5 minute, we're sort of failing this structure. How far did we push here? 5 pips. Okay, let's see how price reacts here. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good. Yeah, I'm gonna close here. That's just a shame. It sort of just sat. Just sort of just sat. Didn't do much. We pushed 5 pips. We technically could have gone break even. And we should have probably closed straight away here, minus 5 pips. But I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, we just didn't sort of get the continuation, which is fine. We had everything lining up. We just didn't get the continuation. Managed risk really well. As soon as you started breaking below these levels, doesn't really make sense. You can always re-enter, right? There you go. That's just how it goes, right? I had a plan. We had a level. If price broke below that level and closed below that level. If you look at the 30 minute, like that is not a promising 30 minute. There's no reason for price to come down again when you've already created structure, okay? And that's just low volume, okay? That's the only time you're going to struggle using this system is when you have low volume. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for this news to come out here. What news is this? GBPJPY. So this should bring some volume here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the reversal now. Ooh, maybe not. Alright, so maybe this daily is just going to close bullish back above these levels. So now we have a new breakout here. 30 minute created support, respected it. Hourly's flipping. 4 hours bullish. Daily's bullish. Yeah, this makes sense. Let's see how big these wicks are. Pretty small wicks. So let's see if we can get a closure above. Pardon me, break of the high. What? Jumped a little there. Okay. So here we're looking at stops at about 20 pips. I just want to mark this 15 level over here. We still need to keep in mind how bearish we are on the daily. Okay, but the 4 hour gives us reason to trust this trade. Okay, we have 4 hour. This is a 4 hour level here that I need to mark. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense here. I may just put a pending buy stop at 1 pip, just at the break of the current high, and stops were I think 22, weren't they? Below previous levels, yeah, about 22. Okay. Okay, I'll adjust that stop if we come down. We've had a lot of these sort of push and then it just dies out, which is a shame, but let's see here. Okay, we need to be careful here because the hourly is likely going to create a bottom wick, right? Hourly is likely going to create a bottom wick, and we need to think, do we want to be involved in that? Because that could mean drawdown, okay? Let's see, we're only up 3 pips, so we can't do much here unless we start getting to this level, and we just got to see how this hourly reacts. Okay, so we did break the high, which I like. We're in pre-NY, so we can expect volume to continue the push here. I still like this. This like, it still makes a lot of sense, right? It's just really struggling. There we go. Okay, at this stage, we have created new support. Now we're above that support. Okay, so does it really make sense for price to start pushing back down below these levels? Okay, we're up 7 pips. So no, we got to think it doesn't really make sense for price to now reject this level and then come back to our entry. I'm going to go what I like to call sort of fake break even here, which is just, I need to see how this 1 minute reacts, because often price will create a bottom wick, just touch your entry and then continue up. Okay, but a little bit more advanced, but let's see what price does. Hopefully we just fill the range here. But if we don't, we're going to manage risk. We're going to manage risk. Okay, 8 pips. 10 pips. Okay. Jeez, that's a terrible rejection. Terrible rejection. Let's see what the 1 minute's doing here. But yeah, that sucks that it just sort of rejected before we got to our target. I'm going to see how the 1 minute reacts here. But yeah, I don't love this. There we go. That's what I mean. That is that mental break even, fake break even coming into play there. It just tapped our entry again and then rejected. Okay. So now if it rejects again, like, we got to get out, right? Got to get out. But it continues. Okay. So that's going to catch a lot of people out when it sort of just comes back to entry and then goes away. And you just got to think, does this trade still make sense? And the answer is yes. Now we go full break even. It filled the wick. And let's look at the 1 minute here. Is there an opportunity to trail aggressively? Not quite. Not quite. Okay, as soon as it breaks this 1 hour low, I'm out. Okay. Maybe we get a push. Maybe we don't. There we go. Oh, okay, we're out. I'm out. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay. I just don't like how much we're trading against the daily here. This could flip at any moment. We got our trade and we got out. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Maybe an opportunity to leave runners, but I'm very happy with that trade. Very happy with that trade. Managed it really well. Didn't get scared when it came back to entry because we had a plan. And yeah, we could have got some nice runners here. Holy crap. That's fine though. I'm very happy with that. We took 2 trades and we had the 1 loss, which was unfortunate. What loss even was that? I can't even remember that. Yes. So just this low volume didn't get the continuation. Okay, but that's our week done. Ended up plus 4.3%. I'm not sure if this would be perfect because we're using quite high lot size for a $10,000 account. Very high lot size, actually. If you look at our graph here, we had the initial drawdown on the first day. Then we had nice trade, little drawdown, nice trade. Okay. So compared to how I normally trade, this has a bit more losses. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that I'm live streaming and like affects my mentality, affects my psychology, And I'm not kidding when I say that. That's really true. When you trade to other people, you start thinking differently and you start acting how you normally wouldn't act. Like maybe I would not have taken those first trades or whatever. I don't know. But I'm quite happy with how I traded. The first day was really weird, very low volume. Where you can see here, $431. I'm not sure how many pips we made. Let me just look at our trades here. So we had the two losses at the start, which were managed very small. I think it was minus 10 pips and then minus like 2 because we went sort of fake break even. Then we had 2 wins, 3 wins. This one was 10 pips. So they're all around 10 pips. This one was a bit more. So yeah, I think we're looking about plus 20 pips. So 25 pips, which would be about 2.5% if you're risking 1% per 10 pips. So yeah, very happy with that. If we look at our stats, so win rate was about 50-50, but we kept our losers very small. And yeah, so average profit 325, average loss 182. So we're looking at about 1 to 2 risk to reward. But yeah, could have kept runners here, which would have been pretty crazy. But I didn't like how much we were trading against the previous daily. All right, but that's a week done. Successful week. I think it was a hard week. We had some tough trades in the beginning with some low volume, just that daily rejecting. But then we came back nicely. Okay, nice patience. Didn't get carried away. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about the start where we had some technical difficulties. But yeah, hope you guys